is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Ukmade, and this is Africa Now. A long-awaited joint investigations by the United Nations and Ethiopia, published on Wednesday, says all sides fighting in the war in Ethiopia's northern region of Tigray committed violations that may amount to war crimes. All sides are accused of torturing and killing civilians, carrying out gang rapes, and making arrests on the basis of ethnicity. The report, which draws on 269 interviews, recommends a possible international justice mechanism, saying Ethiopian investigations were insufficiently broad, did not always comply with international standards, and were not always transparent. Still in Ethiopia, after forces from the northern region of Tigray said they were planning on marching onto Ethiopia's capital Addis Ababa and gaining territory, the government on Tuesday declared a 6-month nationwide state of emergency with immediate effect. The announcement comes 2 days after Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed urged citizens to take up arms to defend themselves against the Tigray People's Liberation Front that claimed to have captured several towns in recent days. Saudi-owned Al Arabiya TV on Wednesday, citing unnamed sources, reports that Sudan's ousted Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok has agreed to return to lead the government. Hamdok agreed to make the move on the condition that political detainees were released. On Tuesday, Hamdok, during a meeting with ambassadors of the United States, Britain and Norway at his home, where he's under arrest, called for the reinstatement of his government, dissolved in a military coup. Guinea's Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, who seized power in a coup in the West African nation in September, has announced that he's sending nearly 1,000 soldiers into retirement. The strongman in a speech says their retirement must not in any way be considered as a punishment. Doumbouya, 37, adds that after having loyally served Guinea, nearly 1,000 military personnel will enjoy their right to a deserved retirement. It is not clear which members of the military are being forced into retirement, nor why the decision was taken. For the first time since South Africa ended white minority rule in 1994, support for the country's ruling African National Congress ANC is on course to drop below 50%, according to early results from local polls held nationwide on Monday. Results from more than half of the 23,000 polling stations showed the party on 46%. This could threaten President Cyril Ramaphosa's position as president when the ANC elects its leader next year. Scheduled power outages have affected the pace of vote counts, local media reports. The electoral body had hoped to have counted 90% of the votes by Tuesday night, but only 58% had been counted by Wednesday morning. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. Business and more coming your way after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, President Joe Biden, in a letter to Congress, says the United States plans to remove Ethiopia, Mali, and Guinea from the agreement that gives them duty-free access to the United States, citing human rights violations. The move comes amid ongoing conflict and famine in Ethiopia's northern region of Tigray, and after a coup in Guinea in September and in Mali last year. Ethiopia Ministry of Trade says it is extremely disappointed over the move by the U.S. And moving away from business, the United Nations missions in Central African Republic alleges the country's presidential guard opened fire on unarmed Egyptian peacekeepers and wounded 10 of them, an allegation rejected by the government. The peacekeepers caught up in the shooting were in one of the 4-bus convoy that took the wrong road on its way towards the UN base and ended in an area close to the presidential residency. Vladimir Monteiro, a spokesperson for the UN mission, says. Monteiro says that as the presidential guards opened fire and the driver tried to escape, the bus struck and killed a woman. The death toll from the collapse of a high-rise building that comprises 21 floors under construction in Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos, 2 days after it has risen to at least 20, with rescuers racing to find trapped survivors, says an emergency official. The state's chief architect was on Tuesday suspended indefinitely as the government launched an independent investigation into the causes of the collapse of what was planned to be a high-end apartment block. The results of the probe will be made public. Shortly after takeoff from Juba Airport in South Sudan, a small cargo plane crashed, killing 5 people on Tuesday, airport officials said. The victims were all crew members of the plane, which was carrying drums of fuel to Mabon County in Upper Nile State. Authorities have started investigating the root cause of the incident, which involved an Antonov 26 plane operated by Optimum Aviation, a local firm. The World Health Organization on Wednesday calls for the immediate development of a vaccine against a bacterial infection responsible for nearly 150,000 stillbirths and infant deaths annually. A fresh report by the UN Health Agency and London Hygiene and Tropical Medicine found that the impact of Group B Streptococcus infection, which is estimated to live harmlessly in the intestinal tract of up to a third of all adults, is far bigger cause of preterm births and disability than previously thought. Even untreated, GBS can lead to meningitis and septicemia, which can be deadly. Babies that survive may develop cerebral palsy or permanent sight and hearing problems. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website. At www.TOS TVNetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Ukmade. Thanks for watching.